kiddos. I'm coming to you live from my car. Taylor is getting her last 2 wisdom teeth out, so I thought I would come in my car while I'm waiting for her and do my video in here. Okay, before I forget, Mrs. Sterling's class, you win the next treat. So there's 2 spots left, and let me tell you, Mrs. Turpin, Miss Watt, and Mrs. Nielsen, and Mr. Lloyd. You all have between 5 and 7 books left. So get your books in so you can get a treat for next week, hopefully. I can get them all put in. You can always just stop by the school and drop it off at the desk. It doesn't have to be on Wednesday. So, okay, today I'm reading Madeleine. Loved this book when I was a little girl. So it was a Caldecott honor book, not a winner, but an honor. See the silver sticker? So that means it was a great book, illustrated great book. It's written by Ludwig Bellman, okay? He actually grew up in Germany, part of Germany, but then moved to Paris and then to America. And his grandson writes more Madeleine books. Like, they've moved on and they're still writing them, so I love them. So we're gonna do a little fun thing right after this, since some of them are famous French places. We're gonna go over those. Okay, here we go. Oh, I hope you can see this. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines, here we go. Do you know the next line? Lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread. I love the pictures. They brushed their teeth and went to bed. Until I have this memorized. I loved this book as a kid. They smiled at the good and frowned at the bad. And sometimes they were very sad. You see the wounded soldier? They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines. In rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeleine. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter snow and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeleine just said, "Pooh, pooh." And nobody knew quite so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavel turned on her light and said, "Something is not right." I remember as a kid, I thought somebody drew in my book over Miss Clavel's face because of all the smudging with the pencil. It's supposed to be like that. He really drew it that way. Little Madeleine sat in bed, cried and cried. Her eyes were red. You see her? All the other girls looking at her. And soon after Dr. Cone came, he rushed up to the phone. And he dialed 10-6. "Nurse," he said, "it's an appendix." Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Madeleine was in his arms, in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. Madeleine woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. Sorry, it's my phone. Madeleine soon ate and drank. On her bed there was a crank. And a crack on the ceiling had the habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. Okay, can you see it up on the ceiling? It's hard to see. You see how it looks like the shape of a rabbit with that crack in the ceiling? Outside were birds and trees and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. One nice morning, Miss Clavel said, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Madeleine?" While getting her flowers. Visitors from 2 to 4 read a sign outside the door. Tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. In they walked, and then they said, "Ah," when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa. But the biggest surprise by far on her stomach was a scar. I always love that picture. She looked so proud of her scar. "Goodbye," they said. "We'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. Look at their faces. They went home and broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." And afraid of a disaster, she ran. Miss Clavel ran fast and faster. And then she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo, we want to have our appendix out too." "Good night, little girls," said Miss Clavel. "Thank the Lord that you are well. Now go to sleep." And she turned off the light, closed the door, and that's all there is. There isn't any more. I love that story. So I call my cousin who lived in Paris for a couple of years, and he told me, I have to show you this. So here's the Eiffel Tower, and he helped me with some of my French words, so I made sure they sound right. So Eiffel Tower, does that look like the same? That's the real Eiffel Tower. And if you were in France, you'd say Tour Eiffel. And I love this building. This is the famous Opera House in Paris. That's the real picture of it. Isn't that cool? And this place is called the Place Vendôme, right here. And this is what it really looks like. Is that amazing? They have the most beautiful architecture. And then this place, see what the wounded soldier? This place is called the Hotel des Invalides. And it looks like this. And it used to be kind of like a hospital that they would take care of people. So, Hotel des Invalides. Hotel des Invalides. And of course, you guys know this one. Notre Dame. But look at this picture. See the spire right there? Do you remember that last April when it started on fire? And now you can see this is the picture where it burned. The spire tipped over and fell, okay? But the famous rose gold window was okay, and all the famous things that were in there, lots of them were saved. So they're working on reconstructing it right now. It's an amazing building. And then this place is called the Gardens at Luxembourg. Les Jardins du Luxembourg. And it's beautiful. In fact, where is it? Right here you can see the little boats. That's real. You can really go and take your little sailboat there. and have it push it around in the water. And then this place, you see like it's a church back there? It's a real church. Looks like this. Look pretty close to the same. The Church of Sacré-Cœur. And then the last one is the gardens that are right next to the Louvre. The Louvre looks like a big giant pyramid, and there's lots of famous art in it, like the Mona Lisa is there, and I gotta find my picture, and the Arc de Triomphe. Goodness gracious, what about, oh, right here. And that is called the Tuileries Garden. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's kind of the same there. And it's called Les Jardins de Tuileries. De Tuileries. So thank you, Mr. Blake Ellsworth, for helping me pronounce some of it. He's probably like, that's not even what I taught you. But it was kind of fun to see actual real places that are in Paris. So, if Taylor does anything really, really funny getting her wisdom teeth out, I will be recording it. I will post it later if she does anything really, really funny. But I hope you guys have a really good day. And tomorrow we're reading a Mother's Day book because it's going to be Mother's Day on Sunday. So I hope you're thinking about something wonderful you can do for your mom. Okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow.